In this installment, a child screams, a dog urinates, and a parent laughs. Hi, this is Chris from Canine Solutions Training Services. I'm on my way to an in-home lesson to work on some behavior with a dog who has some anxiety when people come to the door. Now, it hasn't been bad while the dog was little, but now he's turning 2 and people are starting to get bit. The dog's starting to be aggressive at the door. How did it happen? The owner thinks it's just because the dog turned 2 years old, and in part, that's what it is. But I asked them, and I like to ask people what they're doing at home with their dog. And I said, has anyone ever gone like, knock, 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 who's there, who's at the door? Or has anyone ever burst through the door and scared the dog? Has anyone ever done anything that would make the dog anxious at the door? And they're like, oh yeah, when he was a puppy, we used to scare the crap out of him at the door all the time. Like, we'd burst through the door and go like booga booga booga, or we'd knock knock knock, who's there, who's at the door? And the dog would go off. It's a riot. Sometimes he'd poop and sometimes he'd pee. Yeah, that's great, that's awesome. So they're gonna pay me a good sum of money to tell them to stop doing that. Now, I am a big fan of people who say, I treat my dogs just like I treat my kids. People don't. People usually treat their dog like some kind of stuffed animal or infant grandchild or Paris Hilton, but not like their children. You would not, day after day, repeatedly terrorize your child at the door or in their bedroom, or in a certain event where the child is going to get scared, and set up an anxiety-causing event. So 50% of what they have to do is stop doing that, and then we'll work on the dog, reconditioning, rehabilitating, getting the dog to understand that everybody who comes through the door is not going to scare them. We're talking about fight or flight stuff. Fight or flight, they're closely related, fight and flight. They're just a decision in which way you go. So in order to illustrate some of my point about why you shouldn't do this to your dog and why you should treat your dog like a child, but a child who's brought up well and developed well, I went onto the internet and I plucked off a really nice little gem of a video of a guy scaring the piss out of his dog, literally. Check it out, and then I'll be back to kind of put it in perspective for you. You're gonna laugh, it's funny, but watch the dog. The dog is terrified. So check it out, and then I'll be back and we'll talk a little bit more about it.
I am gonna scare the hell out of my dog. She's probably gonna piss herself. Just a guess. Lacey, it's me. Lacey, it's me. Look, it's me. And hey, you really did piss on the floor. Look, you pissed on the floor. What's the matter? Yes, you're a good girl. Good girl. Oops.
Okay, so, the dog pissed itself, the mask, it's scary. The guy, calls his shot, says he's going to do it. Just pull that off YouTube. But look at the dog through the video. That dog is terrified. It is definitely having a meltdown. Now, think of it as like PTSD. A dog now thinks anyone who's coming through that door is going to scare it. I'm going to remember that event. That's training. That's a single learning event. The damage is done. Now, why am I giggling? Because it's insane to me that someone would do that. Because if you love your dog, why would you put it in terror for your own amusement? Okay, I don't know. People do, but that's where I'm going to this in-home to kind of fix a very similar situation. So watch the video I put together with my group of people, and watch what would happen if you did that to a child? If you did something very similar to a child, which you wouldn't do. You just wouldn't do it. And what the ramifications of that would be. So this is kind of a similar spoof of that video, but it kind of drives the point home that if you did it to a child, what would happen? So check that out, and I'll be back to talk to you after that.
All right, Sally, let's go. Time for bed. All right. Hold on. All right, climb on in. Good night. I love you. What was that?
Oh my gosh, Mom! What was that?
It's a scary clown under your bed. It's gonna kill you when I turn off the light.
How you doing?
That is a riot.
A few sleepless weeks later.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. No, it's ridiculous. Like, every time I put her to bed, this is what I get. Every time somebody knocks at the door, she's freaking out. I have no idea where this behavior even came from. No, you're right. I have to get her seen by a therapist or something. I have to fix this. This is ridiculous.
Okay, so it's funny, but it's, you know, it's satirical. I'm not telling you to do that to your kids. And that child never saw the clown, and that was all acting and editing, so we didn't really freak out the kid. And she was great, by the way. It is really important to me to kind of paint that picture of why you shouldn't do that. And some people just have a very hard time making the connection. So I hope that those two videos and what I'm telling you made the connection to why that's a bad idea, and similar situations to it are a bad idea to do with your dog or your children. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, you can email them to us off of our website, which is caninests.com. That's K9sts.com. You can check us out on Facebook. We have Canine Solutions Training Services on Facebook. And we have the YouTube channel, which is the Canine Solutions channel on YouTube. So subscribe to that. Share the video. Like the video. Talk about the video. If you hate it, I want to know about it. If you love it, I want to know about it. And if you have any ideas for videos, please send them along to us. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. That was very close. As much as I enjoyed making it for you.